So I'm back. The CPR vibe. Yes, I'm back because this has been on my brain, and a lot of times it's normally a fear, a hesitation, a little deep in thought or overthinking when it comes to wanting to express yourself to a person. Doesn't matter if it's intimate, in a relationship, a friendship, getting to know someone, all of the things. A lot of times, and if you guys can really hear me out and you think about this, have you ever been in a situation? Most of us can relate this to an actual relationship, right? You've been in a situation, and in that situation, you are wanting to say something or you're feeling some type of way. Prime example. This is one that always comes to me. When you're dating, right? You're dating someone and you're feeling the vibe, you're feeling each other, you like the energy, you like the whole atmosphere of the person, the conversation, all of the above, right? You're feeling all these things. And when you're feeling all these things, when you are apart from that person, you're thinking like, should I text? Should I call? I don't know. I don't want them to feel like I'm doing too much. I don't want them to feel like I'm being overbearing or whatever the case may be, right? And then you just get that little inkling inside of you when you're having this conversation because you guys are vibing. And then you say, you know what, I'm just going to say, hey, you know what? I missed you. I wanted to talk to you. I thought about you, but I didn't feel like I have the right to say anything because we're fresh, we're new, and we're getting to know each other. And we always overthink things in our head, right? Then when you have that conversation, the person was like, oh my gosh, I was thinking the same thing. I was feeling the same thing. I wanted to call you. I was wondering if I can call you. I knew you were busy, or I knew you were at work, or I knew you may have had, like, assuming things but not knowing things. But that's the overthinking in our head. A lot of times, I mean, it sounds cool, it sounds fun, but do you not realize that you miss out on your blessing in anything when you have something that's really sitting on your brain that you feel like you can't shake it and you want to talk about it? That is an intuition thing. That is an intuition thing because the universe, God, we all work with energy, right? God has created an energy for us that works through the universe. And when we are feeling a certain type of way, it is a vibration, right? That vibration is usually connected to the thing that we're thinking about or we're overthinking about, right? And a lot of times it will be, you know how they say telekinesis, like we're feeling and sensing and seeing the same thing. But no, it is serious. That is real stuff. You can have, and I've had this with friendships, like women, men, my children, like, you know, people that I know and that I built a relationship with. A lot of times we overthink things that are not as bad as we think they are, and we begin to assume versus a person cannot take your life. Just remember that they cannot take your life, right? So the worst that can happen is it won't be what you thought. But the best that can happen is it is what you thought, and you didn't let it go. You didn't ignore it. And now you both can be on another level of seeing that, whoa, we're on the same page. A lot of times you won't know if somebody's on the same page because there's that ego, that pride, that frustration, that fear, that fear of embarrassment, fear of that person not feeling how you feel. But it doesn't matter, because if you're sticking to what you truly feel, you have integrity and you're good and you're a good person, express yourself, because then this person can see who you really are. And if they don't agree with it, that's great. We can get that out in the beginning. Don't allow yourself to boggle down, block, and be fearful of letting out and letting the things that you feel be presented to the next person. Either they're going to reciprocate or they're going to move accordingly. I've learned this as I got wiser in life, that we all don't think the same, which is where the assumptions come from. But if you allow yourself to be more comfortable with knowing that everything is not always going to go your way, it's not. It's just life. Everybody thinks different. Everybody does their own thing, right? But what can harm you versus the feeling of being heavy and not releasing a love for someone, letting someone know that you appreciate them, letting someone know that you're feeling them, letting someone know that they made you smile. I'm like that. I don't care if it's a friendship with a friend, a family member, a new friend, or whatever the case may be. I'm going to express myself in a respectful way and realize that everybody should be respected and there should be boundaries, right? But I'm not going to hold back. So if I feel like telling you, oh my gosh, you know what? I wanted to tell you that is beautiful. You look gorgeous in that. I was going to ask you, whatever. Or, hey, you know what? You calling me made me smile. You calling me brighten up my day. That made me feel good. I was thinking and I was in my head about something and trying to get tasks done. And when you sent me that text, it just brightened my day. Like I literally have a big smile on my face. I literally am making it my business on a daily basis if I interact with somebody who I allow in my life to know who they are with me, where they stand, and how I feel about our interaction. Don't block your blessing. And what I mean by that, the blessing of cultivating an awesome relationship with someone because of what you've been through before, and you're afraid to open up or be vulnerable to somebody. Don't do that. Don't do that. Let's move accordingly. Let's let people know how you feel. And this is not just intimacy. This is not just dating. This is all across the board. Because a lot of times, you being the bigger person in your emotions and being more mature in your emotions, allow others to be more mature and not fear letting out their emotions too. So don't let anything you can't control you. And you know what I mean? Stick to your script because you are the best at it. And do work. Because nobody's going to do it for you. And I will see you in my next video. Later, my revivers.